Hello everyone, we are Group 2. Today we are going to introduce species extinction. First I'll introduce our group member. Number 5, Robert, and number 8 is me, Eric, and number 10, Alice, and 18, Parker, and number 20 is Karen. And our contents have 5 parts. First one is what is species extinction, and the second is what are the reasons. The third is extinct animals. The fourth is the effect. The last part is how. And I'm going to introduce what is species extinction. Well, the basic definition based on the Wikipedia is extinction in biology, the dying out or extermination of species. Well, I separate two kinds of extinction. The first is mass extinction. It's based on the natural causes. And the second is human-induced extinction. However, mass extinction just like a circle in the natural. There have been at least 5 mass extinctions in the history of life on Earth, and 4 in the last 350 million years, in which many species have disappeared in a relative short period of geological time, including the dinosaurs, ancient mammals period. And I'll list main human-induced causes of the animals or species extinction. The first one is genetic and demographic phenomena, and the second is genetic pollution, and the third is habitat degradation. It is a very serious problem because of human development. And the fourth is predation, competition, and disease. And then is co-extinction. And the last one is the climate change. The climate change is referred to the human beings' development, not based on the natural cycle or natural environment variation. And I'll show some statistics that in June 2019, 1 million species of plants and animals were at risk of extinction. At least 571 species have been lost since 70 and 50, but likely many more. And the main cause is human activities. For example, cutting down forests and converting land into fields for farming. And then let's hand out to next speaker to introduce what are the reasons.
In here, I'll be talking about the reasons. Extinction happens when environmental factors or evolutionary problems cause a species to die out. Humans also cause other species to become extinct by hunting, overharvesting, introducing invasive species to the wild, polluting, and changing wetlands and forests to croplands in urban areas. Researchers whose studies is published in the journal Royal Society Open Science use the International Union for Conservation of Nature's, the IUCN, Red List to identify the endangered land mammals that are primarily at risk from hunting for food. They found 301 such species, representing 7% of all the land mammals assessed by IUCN and about a quarter of all endangered mammals. Other mammals are threatened by habitat loss or hunting for other reasons, such as elephants, which are poached for their ivory. Do note that mammals that are endangered because of food hunting are only a quarter of all endangered mammals, which means when we are talking about overhunting, the cause should be poachers that hunt for money, not those aboriginal hunters that hunt just for food. Another main reason for animal extinction is habitat destruction. Habitat destruction is when a natural habitat becomes incapable of supporting its native species. This event has become more severe due to humans' development. Activities such as harvesting natural resources, industrial production, urbanization, and introducing non-native species are humans' contributions to habitat destructions. Pressure from agriculture is the principal human cause. Some others include mining, logging, trawling, urban sprawl, and any others that change the initial use of the land. Now I'll leave the next part to Karen.
I'm Karen, and now I'm going to make some examples of the extinctive animals, 3 for animals in Taiwan and 1 for a foreign country. The first one is Formosa clouded leopard from Felidae family. One of the reasons makes them extinct is that humans' overdevelopment destroy their habitat. Humans need more places for living and farming, so we keep opening up, and this makes not only the clouded leopard but also a lot of species dying. Another reason is because of their beautiful hides. Humans want to cut down their hides to make high value products. As a result, they've been hunted. Sadly, they extincted in 2013, but the government has discussed to bring in the Asian clouded leopard to rebirth. Second, Formosa sandbar deer from Cervidae family. Same as the former one, their habitat been destroyed and hunted because of their attractive fur. Their amount decreased quickly, and this had happened since the period of Dutch colonization. But there has another reason makes them dying. Their enemies, such as clouded leopards, black bears, and yellow-throated mice. Next, Taiwan landlocked fossil salmon from Salmonidae family. They have to live in clear and below temperature waters, but the main reason makes them decrease is that their habitat has been destroyed by natural disasters such as global warming, flood, and typhoon, and the water also polluted by humans. The last example, also a foreign example, the Achatinilla apis bova. They used to live in Hawaii, America. They died for overcapture because of their beautiful patterns on their shell. The businessmen had been attracted by it and wanted to turn them into souvenirs. Finally, they extincted in 2019. Next part will be presented by Alice.
Hello everyone, I'm Alice. I will introduce the first part, the effects of species extinction. Every living thing plays a role in the food chain and Earth's ecosystem, which means the loss of one species might lead to the extinction of others, which can even destabilize the whole system. In this part, I will take two examples to explain the effects of species extinction. This picture calls energy pyramid. And I will introduce the first one is carnivore. They are at the top of energy pyramid. And it also called tertiary consumers. Then will be secondary consumers, primary consumers, and producers. And can you imagine that if carnivore disappear, what happened? The second one I will introduce is insect and bugs. They are at the bottom of energy pyramid. If they disappear, what happened? Carnivore is a kind of animals which eat meat, like lions and bears. People pay attention to protect and survive the carnivore. As the top hunter of energy pyramid, they can control other animals in the ecosystem. On the other hand, compared to other animals, their quantities are less. It makes them precious. So can you imagine that if they disappear, the whole ecosystem will become messy? I will use Formosan cloudy leopard, a Formosa sambardier as the example. As Karen just mentioned, before cloudy leopard became extinct, it is the most natural enemy to the Formosan sambardier. Cloudy leopard will hurt the immature sambardier. So when Formosa cloudy leopard become extinct, the quantity of Formosan sambardier will become more. And the food for deer won't be enough. Even more, the male mature deer use their horn to friction the tree. This picture is the tree that it hurt. So the forest will degenerate to the shrub. The shrub will degenerate to the grassland and will become wasteland. And in the end, it will collapse. The second example is insect and bugs. Generally, people think the insects spread the pollen as their biggest function. In fact, they are also important to the soil. Soil means the ground where plants grow up. For example, earthworm move in the soil can help it become loose. There are 95% foods come from the soil, so they are also important to our food and the soil. Another example like flies. When the dead body dies, flies will eat them in this circle, and the primary consumer will eat the flies, secondary consumer will eat the primary consumer. When the flies missing, they can find the foods. Another function, when the animals died, the flies will eat the dead body. The protein in the meat will decompose back to the soil, become nutrient to the plants. So if the plants can get the nutrients, the dead body won't decompose and our soil will die in the end. The next speaker will be Robert.
Hello, I'm Robert. In this part, we will talk about that we face species extinction, how we can do and how can we help to protect wildlife and prevent from species extinction. Okay, the first, we should learn about endangered species in your area. You learn endangered species in your area so you can understand its habits and habitat. After we have an understanding of them, we can pay attention to and protect them. Okay. And the second, reduce use the herbicides and pesticides. The herbicides and pesticides may keep yard or farmland looking nice, but they are in fact dangerous pollutants that affect wildlife at many levels and even cause them to die. It's very bad for them, so we should reduce use the herbicides and pesticide. Okay, so the second. And the third, when driving in a national wildlife refuge, please slow down. Some protect wildlife may pass by on the road and even appear in places where vehicles pass by. So when driving in a national wildlife refuge, please slow down to prevent vehicle from hitting wild animal and protect land. Okay, the fourth, recycle and buy sustainable products. For example, paper is made of trees, so that we need to cut down a lot of trees to make it. As a result of this, the wildlife living in the forest will be in danger, and their habitat will also be damaged. So we can buy recycled paper and sustainable products to protect land. Okay, the fifth, never purchase products made from threatened or endangered species. Okay, some bad businessmen sell the ivory or sea turtle products and so on. This is very terrible. This behavior is to harm wildlife and destroy ecological balance. So we must not purchase products made from threatened or endangered species. And the sixth, protect wildlife habitat. When you step into wildlife habitats, don't hurt them, such as throw trash, or make a noise, or feline, and so on. It's all forbidden. So we must protect wildlife habitat to give them the best living space. Okay, so above there are 6 suggestions to provide you. The extinction of a species is getting worse, so we must do something to give them the best living space and let life continue. So finally, let's protect wildlife and join hands to create the future. So we can do it and keep going. Okay, so this is our report. Thanks for listening. Thank you.